There was a question posted by Kirsty in the DIY on a Budget Facebook group, and she asked if anyone had made something similar to this. It's basically a radiator cover that features a lift up tabletop. Apparently in her kitchen the only real space that she's got at the moment to get extra serving space or for somewhere to sit and eat is where she's got a radiator. Well, the one that she saw online was £600, and she wondered if anyone had made one similar or knew of a way to get one a bit cheaper than £600. So in this one I'm going to show you how you can actually make one for a lot less than £600, but I'm just going to keep it to the construction part. I'm not going to decorate it, as you can clearly see. I'm going to leave that totally up for you. As you can see, it acts as a radiator cover. Unfortunately, I haven't got a radiator suitable in a space to show it off, so you'll have to imagine there's a radiator underneath here. So you've got it as your radiator cover, and then you want to use it as a tabletop. You just simply lift up the front, and there you've got a table. And of course, to put it back down, there's a couple of latches that you release. Before we get into cutting any wood though, the first thing you're going to need to do is measure the space that your radiator sits in. You're going to need to get a measurement for how wide the radiator is. Also, keep in mind, if you've got pipes at the bottom that stick out, you're going to want to measure those as well and include them in your overall dimension for the width. You're going to want to add a little bit of wiggle room on as well, so maybe add 1 centimetre either side just to give you that extra bit of wiggle room. You're also going to need to measure how far away the radiator sits from the wall. This will give you your depth. So measure from the wall itself to the front of the radiator, and then again add a little bit of wiggle room. You're also going to need to get a measurement for the height. Again, measure from the floor to the top of the radiator and add some extra height to it. You're going to actually want to add a bit more for this though. I'd add 2 to 3 centimetres at a minimum, ideally closer to 5 centimetres. This will just help with some extra airflow. Once you've got those measurements, you'll be able to apply it to your radiator cover. This will determine how wide it needs to be, how tall it needs to be, and how deep it needs to be away from the wall. So once you've got all your measurements figured out, you can start cutting. Now the basic design that I'm going to be doing means that I'll be able to just cut everything into rectangular shapes, so I can just use a regular handsaw to do that. If you want to get a bit more creative, add some curves, then a jigsaw is probably the best way to go. But for now, I'm just going to cut them all off straight just using the handsaw. The pieces that I'm going to be cutting now will form the sides to the radiator cover or lift up table, whatever you want to call it. I'll also be able to get a piece to act as the top shelf as well. The bottom front piece to the radiator cover is going to be fixed in place, and it could be left like this, but I'm going to try and add a little bit of detail into it. I'm going to add a couple of curves and a bit of a cutout. It'll make it look like feet, but it'll also help with airflow. It'll allow it to pull in air from the bottom, heat it up through the radiator, and then there'll also be a bit of a gap at the top so we can get some nice circulation going. These measurements aren't critical, just do whatever looks right to your eye and whatever suits your design. I'll be able to cut that out with a jigsaw. To secure the bottom front piece to the side pieces, I'm just going to be using glue and screws, but as always it's a good idea to drill a pilot hole first. That just helps to prevent the wood from splitting. I can do the same thing to the top shelf as well. This is just going to get attached with some glue and screws, but again first drilling some pilot holes to prevent splitting. I could also cut a bit of a curve to act as a handhold. This will be the part of the front that lifts up to form the tabletop. Again, I can cut that with a jigsaw. To enable the top on the radiator cover to hinge open to form a table, I'm going to be using some lift up shelf hinges. These literally just open up, them spring loaded, and they lock into place to form a 90-degree angle. And they've got a push button release on the underside. Push the button and it allows you to close it back down and fold it nice and flat. So these will get attached to the tabletop and to the side of the radiator cover just to enable it to open and close and keep it held open when you want to use it as a table. So at the moment I've got the radiator cover face down. I've got, obviously this bottom piece is fixed in place, doesn't move, the top shelf doesn't move, but this part that's got the handhold cut out, this is the part that will open to form the tabletop. So I've got the shelf hinges in place, these are the ones that open up to 90 degrees, and I'm going to secure them to the lift up top first with some screws. The next thing we need to do is secure the back of the hinges somehow to the sides of the radiator cover. The simplest way to do that is to just glue on an extra wooden batten. This is just a scrap block of wood that I've got knocking about in the shed. I'm going to glue this on to the side, and then once this glue's cured, be able to come back and fit screws through the mounting holes in the hinges. That'll go straight into this block of wood, and with the wood glue, this wood will be really strong and more than strong enough for holding up this tabletop. While the glue dries, I'm going to hold it in place with a couple of clamps. If you haven't got clamps, you could use a mixture of wood glue and super glue. That works really well because the super glue sets quickly, holds the piece in place, and then the wood glue sets up fully to give it its maximum strength. Or you could just add a couple of screws and then it's ready to go straight away. While I'm waiting for the glue to dry on those battens, I'm going to turn my attention to dealing with these ugly looking screws. I'm going to get them removed. I'm then going to drill a slightly larger hole and I'm going to replace the screws with wooden dowels. The wooden dowels will look a lot nicer on the surface. Even if you end up painting it later, you need to kind of fill the holes anyway. So it's always a good option to add these in. Plus, adding wooden dowels and glue is a lot stronger than just screws and glue. So it's a good option all round. Unfortunately, I hadn't accounted for the edge actually catching on the side of the radiator cover when you want to lift it up. So it means I'm going to have to remove a little bit of a notch. This is at the top of the front that lifts up to be the table. So when it's as a table, there will just be a little bit of a cutout that fits around the side of the radiator cover. I don't think it's too much of a big deal. It just completely caught me by surprise. So this wasn't part of the plan at all, but it'll get the job done. Now I can secure the shelf hinges to the battens that we glued on earlier. So on the back of the radiator cover, I've got a right angled bracket attached. I've attached it literally just to the top shelf, and this will sit flush against the wall and I can secure it with a screw. Now, depending on how your radiator is situated, you might want to add a couple of brackets. They might work out better at the top or even at the sides, really depending on the space. So do keep that in mind. But for this purpose, because I haven't actually got a radiator cover to demonstrate on, I'm just going to put one in the middle at the top just to keep it simple. Now I can drill the wall, put a wall plug in and get it fitted to the wall. So with the hole drilled first using a masonry drill bit, I can now put in a wall plug which will help secure a regular screw to the wall, and that screw can go through the bracket that we've got fitted to the back of the radiator cover. So I know that this one's a little bit rough and ready, but I really just wanted to keep it to the basic construction. You can go to town with the design on this. I just wanted to show how you would go about making one for yourself. I'm hoping that it's easily adaptable to suit the size and the area that you need to fit one into. Adding those lift up shelf brackets, they really do make it nice and easy to create an easy to fold out tabletop. Any situation you need it for, whether it's a desk to work at, or somewhere to give you extra eating space, I think this is going to make a great addition. And as well, it's less than £600 to make, so I think it's a winner. If you haven't subscribed to On a Budget already, make sure you click the subscribe button and then click the little bell icon next to it. That way you'll get a notification as soon as you upload a new video. And if you liked it, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button as well, because it helps us out a lot. Thank you all for watching.